having my soda. So, day 3 of my 4-day thing, and then whatever I decide I'm going to do on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Oh, wait, some of it I do have to do Saturday. Yeah, Saturday I have to do arms. The other 2 days I don't do anything, but I'll probably end up doing some of those jog walks. So I would assume either Friday or Sunday, probably. So, well, I'll be pretty happy after I turn the corner there. The third day is usually the hardest on the 4-day, not the fourth day. The third day is always the hardest. So halfway there, today will be. Well, it looks pretty cloudy, so I don't think I'm gonna get any sun, but for whatever reason, it's gotten me up earlier to leave earlier for my walks for some reason. I don't know if it's because the sun is still sort of in a bad position by 2 o'clock. So that's the positive side of it. Uh, Tomorrow's supposed to be colder, I think. So just gonna brush, floss, and mouthwash. Be ready to go. I'm already dressed. Sneakers on. I got to use new batteries, which that came up in the walk yesterday. It's just clearly preventing me from getting a radio I can charge because batteries cost money. It's never ending. It's like brains that are dying, and whatever it is with these beings, it's a constant thinking process, and it's like a ferocious insanity that shouldn't make any sense, but it's making sense to them to continue them. So, right, that's like everything is some sort of a mission and a goal, and it's like people that used to be in sales and they all have dementia and shit, and it's just really, really, I'm sure, terrible for some people to have to witness. To some degree, it may be even worse for other people than myself when I'm obviously a direct quote unquote target of it, um, because there's nothing that most people can do. People that are on another land piece in another area of the land piece, everybody's communications are off. Um, it's just they've got to witness like what they're seeing where they are. Just a multitude of regret by some of them, I'm sure. Um, Being enticed and told by people that they were helping people, and then it's just a slow process of realizing that those people are mentally insane, and what they're trying to get you to do doesn't make any sense anymore, if it ever did. And then what has happened to Mary and what has happened to these other Holocaust victims as a result of it. Um, so they're like disassociations. I explained I felt that God was taking everybody out of. Uh, what was that, a year ago? So, a year ago, 2 years ago now. A lot of these celebrities, some of them are not my species anyway, and then some of them are just like shell shocked in the head from what has occurred. All of it, just thinking that people were doing things they weren't doing. Right, I went through that in 2016, and then it was made worse, like I told you, in December of 2019, when it was like, oh my God, you're just grossly insane Nazis, okay, and you're not even doing anything, okay. So it doesn't make any one of my species dumb or anything. It's a protective measure for we I've only had to be basically quote unquote suffering like that since December of 2019, where you just go, obviously the last probably 4 years have been extremely difficult. temporary. It's probably similar to, like I said, you want that clock back. It seemed like that thing at the rooming house was getting more agitated because I wasn't sort of acknowledging this, just what the people just destroyed my entire life on purpose and stuff, and whatever fantasies they made up would happen at that defining moment when met with me. And psychopaths with fantasies don't usually get to live them out, and then I'm sure it never amounts to what they think. And then obviously 2 5 star and just what's going on around them, facing how mentally insane they've been their whole lives. Damnation. Try to view it like God's rescuing you and explaining why you've been ill like that your whole lives, rather than getting worse and worse and worse like many of them do. So I explained to the people that are all powerful that God put them in a delusion to self terminate after they were given an exact date given prophecy. It's been clearly, I'm in the 14th year of it now. So where everyone and every being is part of your show that you orchestrate, and nobody's lives have any meaning and stuff, and then everybody still keeps thinking you're funny and talk to you and stuff. So very specific mental condition. I think they call it malignant narcissism. So, and then what's going on? Why isn't everybody reunifying and stuff? Familiar. I've been observing it for 14 years, so 53 years almost. So. Well, it's a different species, so apparently, like you see in the videos, it's normal to literally rip apart a person's children right in front of their face, and then you jump around with your penises and stuff, and then everybody reunifies because you don't. There's nobody is like a person. I'm not your species, but nobody is actually a person. Anybody can be anybody, and everybody's an essence of you. And so it's like really horrifying mental insanity. It's just usually other people will sort of, quote unquote, unbeknownst to them, help me out by embracing these people and giving them attention and stuff. And it's just, she's just doesn't do that, stuff like that. Just so some of these beings are completely locked in, just waiting for them to die. Just we're in the 5th year of this madness about a lockdown, which is an excuse to completely isolate people and try to make them engage with you with their eyes and talk to you. And oh yeah, just like a literal animal. And you just go, oh yeah. All of the things with the trying to terrorize me and stuff, that's just God forcing them to reveal to everybody what they've been doing for a decade. I explained it. God told me probably the second they did it. It was probably right around the time they came to the house threatening me. It's probably the second they did it. Because that was 2014, right after the James Franco business. And then apparently they were gathering celebrities and telling celebrities all this stuff they're doing. So realizing that these beings have been doing nothing but holocausting, mostly U.S. citizens, and murdering people and trying to rape people and degrade us and all the shit that's happened. So not any of the things they said they were doing. just complete profound insanity, where it's a big, huge game of trickery, and the whole entire thing is population control, and everyone's going to understand that when it's all said and done. Specialized binders. Yikes. Just people want running water, electricity. Like, clearly what I do does not cause people to, but that's all they want to do. It's, if you watch the videos, that's all they want to do. That's all they want to do. Why is that there? Why is that there? That's all. That's why you got to just not respond to things, walk around people, right? Just like that dude the other day. Good morning, just walk right past him. He thought it was his opportunity to do what that black dude did on the corner. It's called suggestion. So you just, because I always ignore them. So that was probably almost like a lure. That guy showing up like that was a lure for more of them. So, anyways, this morning I'd go down to get my coffee, and I can hear, I'm pretty sure it's Fox News or one of their networks, made up another thing where they have an excuse to keep saying on a television that she abandoned us in the non-stop, right? So I'm just waiting for these people to die. I can't kill them through a computer. I don't do that anyway, and I'm not a primate. You can't assimilate into me before you die and then become me. Okay. I have more of an understanding about what you're doing than you do. You're not supposed to be doing that, but you've lost so much brain matter, and your psyche is such that that's all you are is primates. And typically you go to nursing homes when you're that sick. Like, you would have been in a nursing home 15 years ago, but for how sick your entire population has become. So you wouldn't be running a planet. For sure. The business about the renewals and then changing it to a recertification, because I think that's specifically to your species. It's a mixed brain, basically. It's a primate with some brain matter. So it can talk and drive a car. So I've explained it numerous times. I know that you like to make up all this important stuff you're doing on planet Earth. It's burning fuel for Earth expansion. Okay? That is your reason. Mystery, no more. It's not a mystery anymore. Okay. The prophet is allowed to convey to you, not I'm a priest that goes, there's no understanding, some things are a mystery. That's why you're not supposed to be blocking me from the rest of the planet. So waiting for God to put a stop to that. Your entire purpose in life is to burn fuel. So clearly that purpose is finishing up, and you folks will presumably transition into another form, just like the T-Rex and the Brontosaurus. So there is no love lost between us. You are not the Jedis I seek. As if I was seeking any Jedis, but it's clearly not you folks. It's just I'm the oldest, so I guess I'm required to be doing this. It would have been fun without you beings. Yes, it would have definitely been fun without you beings in this all eternity. It'll be just like it was in 2011 and 12, except you beings won't be here to terrorize my species and do all this terrible, awful stuff that you could never come back from. So you didn't choose a very good death for yourselves. The legacy is not good. Just So you're saying that everything we've ever done in our lives has no meaning? Yes, that's what I'm saying. You burn fuel for Earth expansion. Relive 2020 again in 2021, minus me being a victim of your thing where God shows you what you are and then puts you back in your binders for your own comfort. I don't think you want to do that again. Where clearly whatever it is you things did in 2020, you just won't stop shutting off everybody's communications because clearly people don't just forget the shit that you folks have did. So I'm just waiting for you to finally die, not people like I know you just go. It's clearly it's related to that because they were already doing this, but it's gotten way worse since 2020, and I know how effing insane you were in Quincy. So you folks clearly just did a whole bunch of just horrifyingly disgusting shit, and you probably murdered a bunch of people. And then you're just like, what the fuck did we just do? Because God pulled you back in. And then you shutting off communication so people can't tell people what you did. So just waiting for you to finally fucking die. Like, I was getting that you keep making up that I'm gonna die, and then somehow I don't know something or something. Like it's really out there. It's really out there. Like I think some of it started before you did this in 2014. Like you just have some wildly insane jargon going on in a binder. Right? You just go, your psyche is clearly not a human being. The whole lot of you. So that's how I can tell. I've met people, I told you about other Mary, they just forget things. They just forget things. Okay, they just forget things. It's not all this other whacked out stuff. It's because the psyche is not my species. So anyway, it's recommended that people write stuff down and keep schedules and things because uh, right, schedules, do stuff as soon as you think to do it. Like this morning, just I gotta do this, so I'll just do it right now. Like for me, I really don't do that, but I can understand, like, I guess for a second, because you just go, it, it's just twice a day. Like when I used to plug the phone in, it's one time a day. It's one time a day. I got to switch out the water bottles one time a day. It's just time I think is kind of speeding up for everybody because everything has been in an effing lockdown, as they keep calling it. We're in the fifth year of it. You just go, oh dear God. How many of them are there and how long is it going to take for them all to die? And like I said, you're in a complete standstill like this in some whacked out dominance while the nuclear material does its work in the free electrons. They have no idea why they're doing what they're doing, but I do. It's to ensure their complete extinction. Just every single time they're going to win a dominance with the snap food card, we're going to call them, we're going to go in there, we're going to send a letter, we're going to stand on one foot. And they perceive what they're doing is funny because they're sadistically insane. They have no idea what they're actually doing. And as the brain dies, it matters less and less to them what they're doing. Like it will become just like that. All due respect to that family, but it'll become just like that. Ah ha ha, tube in your head. Oh, so you do a tube in the head? Like nothing. They don't even care about burying their own family members. They don't care that their friend just died from lung cancer. None of it. It's all because the brain is dying, and that's a primate psyche. That is a primate psyche that cares. Nobody's an individual, like Josh Brolin said, because God was explaining it to him. And clearly he's in Los Angeles, right? Driving. Of course he would be. What was that? That was, I don't even know what year that was. They all started driving and live streaming. They shut everybody the fuck off. You just go, we know what is going on. You're not hiding it from us. Just holy shit, fuck. Yeah, like, now we're gonna terrorize you by blocking all the stuff. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Okay? Thank you. And then I'm sure it will rotate into more pretending. Oh, that's why, because we didn't know because she's blocked. Right. That's exactly what you were fucking told. And then you turn a fucking snap card back on and you send a social security stipend to you. Exactamundo, just like I fucking said. It's almighty. Oh, what is this? Oh my God, somebody put her in an internet prison and we don't know who did it. Try to fucking depersonalize into the thing that God told you to do, not these other fucking characters. Oh my goodness, what is this? This is terrible that this has happened. And click, back the fuck on. Oh no, here comes the sun. I thought it was going to be cloudy. Maybe I will get it to him. Oh yeah, it's all clear over there. Oh, they left. That's odd. Were they up all night doing it or something? No, I don't think they were there last night. Well, I don't know. Feel free to build me an apartment over there. I mean, this is. Please. You don't even want to know what the fuck's been going on planet Earth, believe me. Like, just because your head would fucking explode. But just know this, God is not actually letting these people do this. They're all dying. They just didn't know that. I know, just people, it doesn't mean they came from another country. Okay, but some of them probably did. Oh, and then we're just like the dude in Oklahoma told you. This is all you do. Yep. After people are forced out of their fucking houses or they renounce or someone shut off their fucking snap card and forced them to a city. Okay. All the shit that's been going on with me. And after a tornado mows down a fucking area, we just go in there and build it ourselves and don't use any money. We just make our own little fucking country right here in the middle of the United States of America. And then you just shut off everybody's communications and no one knows what you're doing. Except for Almighty God, who has the power to fucking kill you. Bloop, 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 bloop. The pH in your head, not phones, not photos, not headphones. It's called an extinction. Praise fucking Allah. Bad, bad, evil people don't win the fucking day here in the kingdom of heaven. They really don't. That's all that a person has to be is fucking this meek, and God fucking kills you all as you do whatever the fuck you want within his containment of you. So ha ha, Virgin Mary, and we're gonna now make up a psych op where we put you in a fucking internet prison and YouTube suggests videos and you click on it and then we leave fucking comments about families and little secret fucking coded, what is that called? Subliminal fucking messages. None of it's new. None of it's new. As a psychopath psyche tries to reason a brain dying and that doing that behavior makes sense. That's why it takes them a wicked long time to realize their brain is dying because they're so psychopathic and they have a persona and typically they don't tell people they're in the fucking thoughts. And a lot of them probably believe everyone's doing it. You're still doing that, Virgin Mary? When are you going to come out of your religious nonsense and tell us the truth about your inner self? We don't have any of our medications. I know they might as well do it too. I guess that's my version of just being completely fucking gonzo in the head and you don't know it. Well, it looks like I'm not leaving by 10:30. I already put my soda away because I don't want to be in discomfort on my walk, like a full bladder. It happens that quickly. I could go 20 times. And then by the time I hit stop and shop, I go seriously because of the stimulants. And usually I do the majority of my urinating in the morning. But I'm on this thing now that he does to me sometimes about water. So we'll see. I may be just so thirsty this afternoon. I'm going, go, go. Just depends on him. He does it to me sometimes. No, I had olives like not last night, the night before, and I still. It's something he does every once in a while. It dawned on me this morning. Like I was reminded that he does this sometimes, and sometimes I get pissed, and then he stops doing it. And I don't know if it has something to do with red blood cells because people with kidney disease sometimes get anemia. Went over some of it, high altitudes, short periods of dehydration. Please don't try to do it to yourself. Okay. Yeah, just it stimulates sort of more red blood cells. That's probably why they go up that mountain over there. Yep. Because the high altitude does it. We went over that like 2 winters ago. Doesn't matter, but about cardiac output and climbing Mount Everest. There's a whole, I'm sure, more involved in that. There's a whole procedure to doing that. It helps to be in tip top shape during these times. That's for sure. So, mentally, right? So, if you're unable physically to do those things, you probably will have no choice but to medicate yourself somehow. I'm not going to lie. Just whatever that is, please make it the thing that's the least agitating to you. Some people want to drink alcohol, but they get angry and violent or they become like rapists. So you got to pick something. You may have to just be on pot or tobacco if you can't even be mentally altered at all. Most people do well on opiates. That's the beauty of opiates. Not many people are raping people when they're completely high on opiates. I don't know if you've ever had them. Michael Foran's sister. Just Karen not making much sense to me. Probably the natural high, folks. She's probably just like that when she's not using. Just, whoa, what is this business with them? That's why I drank. Alcohol's a depressant, in case you didn't know that. So, alcohol is a depressant. Tobacco, nicotine helps reduce rage. Yeah, I don't need all that speed crap, as Charles Manson said. That is no. So, stimulants, what it does, in case you didn't know this, it actually just keeps stimulating you to urine, like it's like got something to do with your bladder. So, that's why I like to go at noon time, but I'm on this thing now with the raging, burning sun that I'm leaving earlier. This might be the latest day I go. Yeah. I was wondering if that was eventually going to happen. It didn't happen yesterday, but I was wondering if it was eventually going to happen because it has something to do with recovery time and intermittent fasting. I was already thinking about it on the first day, so that's probably something he was telling me. My recovery from yesterday, right? It would be longer because I'm leaving later. Yeah, it has something to do with spacing it out. Took more chicken out last night. It's in the cooler. I gotta cook that today. I finished off the lettuce, so tonight's. Oh yeah, and I'm out of almonds, so I got to do the cook the pistachios today too. Be doing that business again because the salt supposed to be on a low sodium diet and a high potassium diet. Explained several times. It has to do with blood pressure. Explained it repeatedly. So trying to keep saying you're not trying to murder a person isn't going to work. It's called being criminally deranged. Criminally deranged. In your dominance. Like you clearly will murder people because you're going to win a dominance stance. So I'm sure you don't care much about burying your entire families because you're so locked into it. I get it. I get the God sent delusion. He explained it to me. And then it becomes your saints now. You're saints and martyrs because of it. You're more special. Like I'm unfortunately familiar with your species. So it's really getting way towards compassionate suffering, sorrow, because primates in a jungle don't have any emotions. So it's just, and that's still trying to pretend to be a human being. That's what it comes down to. You're programmed to try to be the best, and you view me as the best. Okay. You're literally not supposed to do this to me. Okay, so I explained it over time. Each pack of you goes into a mass extinction. You don't cycle back after doing this. So you're the last group in a complete planet-wide mass extinction for the Passover. Praise Allah. The brain makes up things when it's dying. So again, because the psyche is not my species, it's different things than my species would with a dying brain. Like mine, if I had a dying brain in my species, it would be the stuff that keeps enraging you folks. Because it has to do with funny things, happiness, stuff like that. And you folks don't like that. It's just because you get more, you were already depressed from the get go, miserable, and then you get more and more angry at us. And then you want to point out stuff like, why are you smiling? Like, again, we took your children. Why is that funny? A boyfriend. Ah! I would have thought after last June and July, but nope, still chugging along. That really should have been the time to go, oh my fucking God, what the fuck did we just do? Like, even worse than 2020. You would have thought that they'd go, you know, that we have to actually Like, why the fuck did you shut her fucking money off? I thought this was gonna end and we could all depersonalize and pretend we're good fucking Christians, and it's still fucking going on. So, anyways, I think that hurts you and your friends more than me, to be honest with you. Annoyance is not actually emotional hurt. Anger is not emotional hurt. Okay, it's just there's not a way to wipe that fucking smile off my face. There's really not. Okay, it's just I'm not your species. It's like until I die, there's always going to be something. Right? It's like I'm completely connected to the Almighty because I don't reject the purest of all loves. I don't reject His all consuming love. So it's just a different species. You folks can never be like that because you cling to each other. You're constantly, you can't even actually like other animal species. You want to control domesticated animals, but you can't be in connection with an ecosystem to live here. It's not possible because you wouldn't pay attention to each other and you're interdependent. You can't be independent people. Right? It's just accepted about yourselves. You can't be like, you can't. You pretend, you want to pretend at the churches. Praise God, and you put up the hands and stuff. But none of it's true. None of it's true. You can't pretend it's. You can't be doing that and doing this. Okay, folks? The greatest commandment, the second greatest commandment. You can't pretend to be me. Oh no, the beaver with the stick and the oil. Oh, that's so sad. Okay, so this is what we're doing now. We're going to climb into these things and we're going to drive around. And yeah, we're going to need to tear down all those trees right there where we just saw the beaver. We need to build a big, huge shit that we call an apartment building. And we'll call it my shit. And then that will be funny. Okay? It's not. Only I can make it funny because you're so insane. Not you're funny. Dana Carvey called and went, what the fuck? Not you're funny, dude. Call it my shit. I'm going to do it. I'm going to be George Papad and I'll take a shit and ship it to her like a satay. It had to be you. Okay, thank you for your service. Drive it around, kill people, hope for an afterlife. The greatest of respects. I don't even mean it like that. You could totally be my species going, I don't know if I'm supposed to drive this around and kill people. Is the song It Had to Be You? Then you're supposed to drive it around, kill people. Thank you. Those are the only people getting my songs. I can't make shit up. I mean, seriously, look at this. Fuck, this is. Or people that are finally going to agree to take their fentanyl drink. Okay, she said it had to be you. Is that your song? Okay, like your card. No, we're not doing this a fifth fucking time. Drink it. the weird comments and the shit in the news about free baby Veronica. And, even one of the commenters' names is Zig, because that was one of my dog's names. You just go, these people are so fucking sick. It's like an extreme form of psychopathy. Yes. It's like it becomes a desperation to them. And like they begin to think that they're like masterminds of psychops, like how to fuck with people. And they're just completely demented and deranged. And you go, how long is God going to allow this to go on for? We're in the 14th year of it now, right? You just. Clearly, there must have been a complete rage about the 401 a month because I started taking the commuter rail, walking around fucking Walden Pond and walking to Savers. It's like whatever they thought was going to happen didn't happen. Like I was giving money out to people and shit. Like I don't know what they thought was actually going to happen. Right, because clearly I intended to get a tent and stuff and have some way to live away from here. Those people at the court were told, that person calling itself a lawyer was told exactly, and they at the court to the chief of probation was told. So clearly somebody in that mix made sure I didn't have a fucking income. Like they're completely fucking deranged. And you just go, why, how are you people still living? What makes you want to keep living day to day being that criminally deranged? What are they doing day to day beyond fucking terrorizing people and keeping me a fucking hostage here? What is their daily life that's keeping those people want to keep living when, what the fuck, man? Yeah, you just go, you don't want to just fentanyl is a pretty pleasant way to go. You're not paying a person's rent. You're not like some of these people like her and the 95-year-olds that people are keeping alive because of people like you. That's why they've got to be kept alive to pay people's fucking rents. What's keeping you folks going? That's all your enjoyment is in life, right? Is to terrorize other people and be in control or charge of people. That's all your existence is, right? So hopefully lung cancer or a stroke or like brain aneurysm, anything that just drops them fucking dead. Just with all that nuclear material and shit that they're being ionized, they're breathing the shit in. They clearly have a brain plague that God programmed to set off in their fucking heads in 2011 and 2008. So you just go, what's going to be the thing that drops them to the fucking ground? That's right. You just go, why is it your goal to keep me fucking hot? Like they're literally trying to murder me when it comes down to it. You go, your goal is to keep this woman completely a fucking in a room like this where she can't communicate with a single fucking person. And then you watch me on a thing. You're completely fucking criminally deranged. What keeps you going day to day? So anyway, yeah, just that's not really much of a life in my opinion, but they fear dying. So I mean, that chick, she could, if God doesn't give her lung cancer or drop her to the ground, she'll be just like a demented animal running around a Quincy from that office with no fucking brain left because the body just keeps going. So, oh yeah, it precisely told them, okay, so I'm trying to get rid of this case so I can leave. Like I wasn't going to just bail out of Massachusetts. That's what I was trying to avoid doing. Because you people told me that I had to do that. That is what I do. Am I dumb? Does that make me dumb that I don't break all rules? That's because you're fucking deranged animals. That's all break all rules means is attack people with your fucking teeth and your dicks. You're just nothing but animals like in a fig tree. Not I break all rules. You told me I had to go to a fucking courtroom, so I did. You told me I had to go over there, so I did. Does that make me dumb? So, anyways, oh yeah, just waiting for God to drop you things to the fucking ground finally. They were told, I'm trying to get Social Security, and if I can't get Social Security, I'll have to go and pursue my alimony, like so I can fucking live. And then they did all this in a fucking swoop. So you're admitting to yourselves, God Almighty, and the rest of the planet that you're trying to kill me. All the other things you're making up in your remaining brain matter is fucking nonsense. I don't care what you think you are, a judge, a lawyer, a chief of probation, you work for Social Security, you work for DTA office, you're a cop, you're a teacher, whatever, you're a nurse, whatever the fuck you're making up is nothing but bullshit. Because you won't accept how sick your heads are. You won't accept how sick your brains are, and that's all a natural animal does is fucking kill me. That's all an animal under a tree with like this would do is come charging at me and fucking kill me because I don't look like it, and I'm clearly not a fucking ape or a monkey. Also, I'm not supposed to walk around in you animal psyche. So your brain matter is clearly still trying to make up an excuse for you're fucking gone in the heads. Again, I'll explain it again. 2 photographs of me and an adult man with a handhold because we were engaged for marriage were posted to his Facebook page, not my internet prison, his Facebook page. And just, you people went completely deranged. You went out of your fucking heads like worse than 2020. Not you can somehow run around and act like you didn't do that or pretend you're random anonymous people on the internet. Long since over. That's why you're doing this madness with the phone, with the blocking the phone, blocking probably people from viewing me anymore, and just profound insanity. You were told to leave me the fuck alone, not make me utterly alone. It's part of social distancing that you refuse to stop fucking doing. Not make me utterly alone, leave me the fuck alone. So you're clearly refusing to leave me the fuck alone, so I'm just waiting for God to kill you. So anyways, again, in a swoop, you got rid of Brian Buchanan. Never have I seen the man since June 24th or spoken with him since June 25th. And just, have you seen, oh, we don't know, nobody knows, just like the fucking children. Okay. We don't need to conversate because you don't know anything and do because you're out of your fucking head's insane. Not I then talk to you. You're no different than these fucking creatures in this thing. It's just your brains are gone. It's an extinction. And so anyway, you get rid of him. You get rid of it. You try to pretend you're him in his fucking Facebook page. You do all this fucked up shit. We're not engaged. Are you engaged to Brian? You're jumping in and out of his page in my internet prison, fucking threatening my life and shit in a profound, just frantic fucking psychopathic wrath at me. Like you're gonna fucking tear me apart with your teeth. Okay? You shut off 401 a month. You deny Social Security again, but yet then you don't fucking deny it because you got to mail shit to the wrong fucking address again. You make more restrictions in the fake fucking internet in the prison, and you again with the snack food card. And you outlaw Florida alimony because you're random people on the internet, and I just don't have people on my channel. Because you're so fucking deranged, you're in something where you think you're supposed to make me believe that nobody cares about me. Like, who the fuck cares? What made you even think that but a projection of your own selves? I don't care if anybody cares about me. I want you to leave me the fuck alone. Not I care if anyone cares about me. She abandoned us, and you're in the thing pretending to me my fucking kidnapped daughter that you probably already murdered. You're sending me fucked up shit to my phone, and then you try to cover it all up when I post that shit to the fucking internet prison only you can see. Like, you literally are believing your fucking insanity now. Who would see it in the fucking internet prison? I post the phone number, you shut that shit down. It's not just you started out thinking you wanted to do this fucked up psych op on me that could never be plausible, nor do I fucking care. Now you actually believe it. And every time God points it out to you, you flip the fuck out and then try to make up another character. So yeah, that's terrible for you, just waiting for God to kill you and put you out of your fucking misery. It's in the book that you were told to read. You literally cannot take my children. As weird as that sounded to you for fucking 14 years ago. All right, it's 11, so I gotta go. Mandatory walk I gotta do. All right.